So right here, if I was scalping Tesla now off the 9, right here, it is finding support on this 9 at 248.62.
2,400 bucks on that, coach.
Nice job. So right here, if I was scalping Tesla now off the 9, my stop would be right here at 248 to see if this will push back off this 9, but I'd be leery and I would give this just a little bit of buffer right here, okay? But this is where, if I was scalping this is where I'd be scalping it long with a tight stop, and then as it moved up, move my stop up to protect. Now, right there, boom, now you're in a free trade. I'd move my stop up. Stop would be at 248.90. Look at that. And now everybody would be in the money right now. Did that call out look familiar from
Oh, yeah.
one?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Bet your ass it did.
Bet your ass it did.
Who just made money off of that? That reject
coach.
9. Move your stop up.
Love this part of the trade. I love this.
Yep. Love it. Nice job, everybody.
Coach, looking at the
You're looking at the candle as it's approaching that mark that you have, right? You already know it's a double top, so you're watching the candle form, and that's when you're basically starting your entry, going put side.
That's correct. So let's say Apple right here was obviously the exact same perfect setup, right? You see it here at 227.17. See it?
Yes, coach.
So I'm going to mark it 227.17 was exactly where we knew this was approximately going to want to pull back, which means as these are coming up, right, it broke past here and then it came back up, and now I'm starting to look at it. So around 227-ish, I'm starting to pay attention. So probably around this candle up here in the high, this is about where I'm going to do it. See it here? So
That's
it's
exactly where I
be,
nailed it, coach.
yeah, it's going to be right around that area, because I'm telling you, if you're waiting for it to get to, oh, just one more penny, it's going to go, this candle's going to happen right here. You missed the whole boat, right?
You'd be trying to chase gamma.
Yeah, because you were trying to make the extra 3 cents.
Yep.
No.
And it'll reverse 20, 30 cents before you even try to catch that.
Oh, hell yeah. And then by then you're like, oh, I got to get in it. I got to get in it. And then you get in it right here, and then it stalls and you go red. And you're like, how? Because you missed that whole gamma pull, and as soon as it breathed back, your premium paid more than what it was worth. And now even a breathe back, even if it continues to go down a little bit, you're still losing money. You're like, why did I lose money? Because you ain't listening to shit that I'm teaching you in here. That's why you didn't make money. Got it?
Got it, coach. Thanks you. Thank you so much.
Yep. But I always like to pull some off, especially when it gets to critical areas, because I know more times than not, that is where it's going to want to pull back, right? So what I might do here, right? So we wrote it up, we shed, we wrote it up, we shed, we wrote it up. This candle for sure, right? Like bleed out, I'm going to shed some, okay? Because I want to collect.
Okay,
so
thanks.
Yep, 50, 20, 20. And if this candle continues to come down, 10. And then I would be almost completely out of the trade that you started down here. Profit, 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 profit. Now holding the last little bit and see what it wants to do, right?
You know what I think about when someone asks me what makes a good coach? I think about Chad Christian. He's helped out so many people, fundraisers, support, advice. He's someone that I'm going to thank for a long time. Thanks, Coach.
I just want to take a quick opportunity to thank Coach and the entire ADT community for being so open and welcoming to me back in January of 2024. I came here for the pure purpose of wanting some extra spending money for coffee and manicures, believe it or not. And I soon realized when I got here that this was so much more than just coffee and manicures. It was a community of people. It was a community of traders who all have everyone's best interest. And I can't be more grateful for the opportunity. You know, because of ADT, I no longer have to work 9 to 5. Like, I no longer have to miss my kids' stuff. I get to be there for them. I get to get up every single day and I get to day trade with my people and I get to help the community. I never thought that I would ever have that freedom to be able to do that. So thank you, Coach, for creating this community at American Dream Trading. Thank you for pouring your heart and soul into this business. I am so grateful to be a moderator and to be a part of the team, and I look forward to where you go from here.
Welcome to the Aftermarket. American Dream Trading. You have entered the Aftermarket. AmericanDreamTrading.com. Welcome. You are now in the Aftermarket.
Vroom. Welcome to American Dream Trading's The Aftermarket Live Chat and Watch Party. I'm your host, Dawn, aka J&J Video Reacts. Welcome, guys. How's everybody doing down there? Hopefully you are zoomed in as I zoom out tonight. That is the topic of tonight's Aftermarket. But before we jump into it, make sure you guys are smashing that like button. Make sure you are sharing the content, and make sure you are subscribing to the channel if you're not already subscribed. And we're trying to get Coach to 15,000 subscribers. Let's see where we're at. Right now, we are currently sitting at 12,196. Way to go, gang. Thanks for adding to it each and every day. I notice we have about 10 or 15 new subscribers every day. Thank you for doing that. You will notice there are 3 links located in the live chat. That is AmericanDreamTrading.com. That is where you will go to get signed up. And I will let Coach tell you exactly what is there when you go to get signed up. Where's all my videos at? Boom. Be right back.
I think we are still the only stock market education company in the world that has a live open microphone. How is that still possible? They have seen what we have done for people. It's crazy. We trade stocks, options, and futures here at American Dream Trading. So if you guys are interested in, we do have a 7-day trial. You guys can go to our website, AmericanDreamTrading.com. Get signed up, check out the trial. With the regular paid membership, by the way, it's $200 a month. With the regular paid membership, you guys will get access to our Zoom training starting at 8:45 all the way to 4 p.m. every single day that the market is open. When you're ready to step it up, with a VIP membership, you will get daily masterclass training with me starting at around 8 o'clock. We will train or trade or both. You're also going to get early pre-market access starting at 4 a.m. Eastern. You guys will be in there with other moderators and some of our millionaires. You guys will also get access to the VIP lounge. All the workshop classes will be free and they were recorded so you can catch all the previous ones. VIP training videos only to you. and our Trading View indicators, which you guys can use our overlay. You just have to have a Trading View subscription, which is about $15 to $17. When you're ready to step it up, if you're a VIP and only if, you can then get a VIP Gold add-on, which by the way, right now is half off, $250 a month if you just want to add on the VIP Gold add-on. You're going to get all the mastermind classes for free, 1 hour of tech support where we can remote in and help you get your charts and everything set up. That is not to discuss your accounts, financial information. That's not a one-on-one. You guys are also going to get weekend training every Saturday. We've been doing that at 11 o'clock. The VIP Gold Lounge access, the VIP Gold Priority Help Desk support, the brand new news service, and you guys are going to get the breakout rooms every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, again, to work with our moderators and some of our other millionaires when they're in the room. They're busy, but when they're in there, you guys can also ask them questions. I think we are still the only stock market education company in the world that has a live open microphone. How is that still possible? They have seen what we have done for people. It's crazy. You guys will be able to ask questions all day with people that have literally made millions of dollars in this room. Who else has that? Nobody. Sale, 6 months VIP membership. You get 6 months of VIP Gold for free for the first 6 months.
First 6 months, that's right. Jump on it because I'm sure that is going to go away pretty soon. The next link that you, and by the way, did I introduce him? That is Chad W. Christian. He is the founder of AmericanDreamTrading.com. That is my coach. That is my mentor and a friend. And he has taught us how to get in trades, out of trades, and everything in between. We're not taught to chase call outs over here. We're actually taught how to fish. We're not handed fish. So, Coach, thank you for letting us use your YouTube channel to kind of hang out after the market and decompress and discuss strategies and just kind of hang out for a little bit and just kind of make sure we're staying on point with the strategies and learning and helping each other continue to grow. And the second link down there is the link to join Restream. We already got somebody. We got somebody backstage already waiting to come up and talk to you guys. I'm sure you're going to want to hear from this person. And also, last but not least, yours truly's tip jar. This is part of my income. So if you feel so inclined, go ahead and throw a donation in the tip jar. It is Christmas time. So all of the donations, while not mandatory, are much appreciated. So thank you guys so much. I'm going to go ahead and turn this music down a little bit and we're going to let our guest in. Hopefully everybody made some money today. It's like a slide rule. So it's like it's up, extra up or extra down. It's like, okay, it's so hard to get that happy medium. Palm Coast, what's up, brother?
Hey, what's up? How are you?
I am fine. How are you, man? Killing
Good.
it. Killer.
For some reason, when I get into the restream, the studio restream, I can't type in the chat no more. It doesn't have a place for me to enter chat. But
I know you have to do it on your phone.
oh, okay, gotcha.
Yep, got to do it separately on your phone. Talking about the live chat down there, right?
Okay, yeah.
Yep.
Hey, F2, how you doing? I see a little howdy down below. That was a good day today. Dawn, did you get into anything interesting today?
Yeah, I did. I lost a couple dollars on TNXP, which that's probably why I asked that question. I stayed in that a little bit too long today, and I lost $80 in there. That wasn't, that was my own fault because I knew better. I was up $70 at the height and I did not take it, nor did I take it when it continued to decline. And, I don't normally do stupid stuff like that anymore, but I just bought into the hype of what was supposed to be happening with that. And that's why I asked you about it. So lesson learned. I listened very well to what you had to say about that with the pharmaceuticals. And I know not to do that. I should have known, just go ahead and take your green, because I've been doing that very well lately. Even so, to the point where people are like, Dawn, there's more time. I'm like, nope, I'm taking it. So, but that's one for the books that I just didn't do the right thing on.
Yeah, it just didn't seem like there was enough players in it, enough to make it bounce, and that's the hard part too, is knowing how much volume's coming in, and how much
Yeah.
stays in. But yeah, some of those are some. Yeah, I've gotten swatted by some of those too.
Yeah.
Shit happens. You move on. Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you know, and
ouch.
I put 116 into it, so it wasn't a complete loss.
Oh,
But
okay.
finally, I ripped the Band-Aid off, and I'm like, yeah. When it got down in the 30s, man, I was like, oh hell no. And you know what? Here's the thing: I almost DCA'd.
Oh,
I almost DCA'd. I'm like, wait a minute. If I get another 100 at 30, that's going to bring my average way down. I'm going to fall under 100, way under 100. And I'm like, are you stupid? Are you watching this trade? The correct Dawn was there and won. And was like,
yeah.
are you stupid? Don't buy into a losing trade. You've already stayed into this long enough. Get out of here.
I know. God, it's like, you know, I used to do more of that, and it's like it took a lot of spankings before I learned not to throw more logs on the fire. If my money's on fire, don't feed it more.
Yeah, it's like, listen, it is gonna pop again, and when it does, look, you'll have like 200 shares at like 85 cents. I'm like, Dawn, no.
It'd be different if you were at equilibrium with a stock that's trading normally or something like that. But on some of those pharmaceuticals, they're so unforgiving. Those assholes. I think they should send you at least a refund once a year on maybe a shitty trade. You know, it's like, thank you for playing. You can have some of it back. No, they don't do
right.
that.
Here's a little bit. So there I was. I threw myself on there. Anybody who had a bad day in that, don't be afraid to speak up. You know, if you lost a couple dollars in it because you had some hopium, it's okay. You know, we're traders. It happens. I knew better. And you know, you just move on and you keep doing things right, you know, more than you do them wrong. So, but yeah, that was why I asked. I did, however, make a couple dollars in Apple. I did a couple of different trades today. I did made a couple dollars in Apple, not a whole lot because it was late and I got in there late. I mean, I waited for the pullback though. It had like 10 freaking candles, man. And I'm like, I'm not getting in that. That looks juicy, but hell no. It's got too many candles. I'm like, if anything, I'll wait for a pullback. And I did. And I got in there and I think I made like $10 or something. It went up a little bit and then it started dropping. I'm like, okay, we're not going to do this twice. Get out. So I went on ahead and got out of that. I looked at IWM to try to get into the puts, but it started kind of channeling at the bottom there. So I said, you know what? It's already a double bottom. I'm not going to do it. So yeah, that was my day.
Nice. Nicey nice.
Yeah. A little bit of up and a little bit of down. Oh, in the pre-market, I did pretty well though on ZWE. When that started climbing, I was still in that. So I made like $5 on that. So I did pretty good.
Yeah, sometimes in pre-market, I'm just like super quiet. And it's because I feel like I'm like running around outside my underpants, not trading with a stop. You know, I mean, it's such a weird feeling.
Yeah,
and I feel like I don't have my trading clothes on, so to speak. So I was doing TSL.
Running around outside in your underwear. I love it.
Well, I feel a little underdressed without that stop.
Yeah.
It's just I rely on it,
you.
and it's like I just feel better, even if it doesn't come down and take it. I just feel better knowing it's there. And I was TSLL and TSLQ and pre-market, and then of course Tesla once a day popped and stuff like that. But yeah,
that is one of the reasons I am still hesitant about futures, because I really have to just install that and just get it in there and just get to where I'm no longer trading without a stop. I mean, I still have a couple of bad habits that I'm doing. I'm getting pretty good at getting out, but it's still, you shouldn't trade without a stop. It's just stupid. It's just really stupid. And I just want to go ahead and perfect that, as well as, just getting in and out. And then I'll go ahead and throw 500 over in Webull, because I think I trust that platform more than some of this other stuff that everybody's talking about. I don't know, and get in there and I think I'll smash futures. I have a feeling I'll smash futures, but I just want to get the little things right first. You know what I mean?
Yeah, on hot stocks, specifically pharmaceuticals,
Yeah.
and just like with contracts, pretty rarely does it ever go below 50%. As a matter of fact, I can't think of any time in recent recollection where I've lost 50% of a contract or 50% of a hot stock and had it come back. And even though I feel like, God, it'll probably just go to that 50, 51 or 52%, and then it'll bounce and it'll run back, and then I'll get it.
Yeah, that's where I was.
You know, I'm like, oh, fuck no. So,
when it got down in the 30 range, I'm like,
ugh. So, yeah, I got to remember these are recorded. So, oh, hell no. Yeah. So it's like I've definitely done that, and you know, hopefully do a lot less of it and stuff. But yeah, it's just like when it gets to that point, it's like, and it always seems to stall and slow down right around that mark too, and it almost has like a tiny bit of a bounce. It's never enough to do anything.
It's a head fake.
It's people are hoping that you get that reversion bounce, and it's one thing, you know, if it's on a candle or something, but rarely does it ever come back from that, and it just kind of sucks. And it's like, yeah, like you said, you got to rip the Band-Aid and move on with life.
Yeah, but on the lighter side, I won $100 from Coach today. So the Universal,
was awesome.
The trading god smiled on me. It's like, don't do that anymore. Well, I'm going to help you out.
Yeah,
don't do that anymore. So shout out to Coach for the contest today. That was pretty awesome for the giveaway.
Yeah, that's pretty awesome when things come full circle, and you get a little something in the bread basket, you know, for doing something. So. Yeah. Digit Dave. Tennis ball comment. That's funny.
What did he say?
Oh, I was just kind of ad-libbing earlier, and
said my favorite line of the day from Palm Coast. I can't scalp the fuzz off the scalp the fuzz off the tennis. I can.
Tennis ball.
I can scalp the fuzz off a tennis ball. Palm. You damn sure can. You got Nate saying I'm not worthy. You know what I mean?
Not even. I wish to be Nate one day.
Oh yeah. Dude, you're on your way, Palm. I mean, we know you're already, you know, probably, you know, you're already 7 figures, but the way that you're trading, you're gonna be clocking that in a month.
Well, you know, I guess, you know, I'm still finding that out because, you know, market conditions have been really rich lately. And for some reason, I mean, I just feel like you ever have the days where you just feel like you can just see everything?
Yes.
Like you can feel it. You're just like, you're just like clipping right along. And other days it's like, you know, mentally it's just not there and stuff. So I don't know, things have felt pretty good lately. It seems like I kind of fallen into a groove, and I'm kind of hoping that is kind of hoping that becomes more often than less often. So, you know what?
Groove is in the heart.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
We'll see. I mean, it's working out. I keep tweaking my strategy, and then when I'm not doing something, I continue to test theories on paper trading, you know, to just, you know, see if different breakouts go different ways and stuff. It's like if I'm not playing, I'm always practicing. So I don't know. It's just things worked out lately. So hopefully maybe, you know, maybe this is the next level for me. I don't know, but I've taken some bigger risks lately. I've taken some bigger risks lately. That's for sure.
I figured that because I'm like, you know, what's happened? Have you just increased your position size to like 1,000 contracts? And because you know you're only going to be in it, you've gotten that good at scalping. You're like, okay, you know what? Let's go big. Let's go big or go home. And then it got successful multiple times. So you're like, okay, shit, this is my level now.
Well, it's kind of like, yeah, I mean, that's definitely the nutshell version of it. It wasn't like I don't do those things ever. It's just that some of the setups I've been where I have just an extremely high success rate with certain setups. I've been going larger, and you know, for the most part, when I'm talking about trades, forever, I'm showing where my entry is. Here's my risk, here's my reward. And I usually go in off of, you know, certain key levels. After something bumps, you know, two times, the third time's maybe a gift. I go a little lighter, but the first couple times it gets there, those are usually really strong resilience points and stuff like that. So I've been amping up on the ones that are low risk, high reward. And then as things start to settle and things start to converge or volume starts to drop off, then I actually start using less, actually smaller positions in case it breaks out. But even then the risk is just much lower. But yeah, some of those positions were pretty substantial. So and they just kind of realistically, some of them just surprised me the way they just tore and just kept going and going. I'm like, good Lord.
It's like almost like, how you'll hear us say, damn it, it's like they knew I was in there and they went the other way. Well, it was like, Palm's here. Yeah, go ahead, hook them up.
Well, how we were talking about in the afternoons a little bit too, how like trading had really gotten compressed because the market kind of didn't seem to know where to go. The market went up, it kind of stayed up. It really wasn't doing much, and we were down to like some of these ranges were really tight, like a $2 range on SPY and like a $8 range on Tesla and stuff like that. I mean, some of the things that we really gotten super tight, and the indices for each day, we were like within 10 or 15, 20 points to start the day. Maybe a big swing was 50 points or something. And then, so I realized when we were getting into that something's got to give. The market doesn't work its way into a corner without, picking a direction. So we were kind of in the market corner of the vortex. So it needed to start springing out one way or the other. Market went down kind of today. Tesla went up today, but things just started getting squirrely and started breaking out. So it's like when it gets really tight like that, then I usually go to smaller positions, and then they're shorter ranges, shorter trades. You got to be a lot more super careful. But then it kind of gets you, really laser focused when things start swinging around.
Yeah.
For the entries, and then the reward is huge because then they run longer and stuff. So I would say, part of it was market conditions changed, and then so one thing I've been doing too is rather than just taking the some of the super skinny ones on the days with no movement. For one, I got to stay in longer on the days where things are moving, and then I also have to increase the position size to make it really worthwhile. So, kind of massaging the balance of that has been different, because otherwise I used to I figure, well, shit, how sometimes when you would what's the best way to say it, when you would go and the market tightens up like that, and then you figure, okay, well, I got smacked on this one. I just need to get back to base hits. I'll take my little bits here and here and here and here, and then the market opens up, and we're still doing those little tiny hits.
Right.
And then we're like, oh my God, the market's just swinging wild.
I could have stayed in that.
Yeah. So then you grow a pair, right? And then it's like,
goes back to ranging again.
It's like, I can't jump out so soon because the market's swinging wild. And then the next thing is like, oh my God, I got into this thing. And you're used to a much broader entry point. And you're like, oh shit, that's all it's got. Now I've been sitting in this thing for 45 minutes. It's not moving because the market choked back down and stuff.
Yeah.
So,
God.
Yeah, some of the macro indicators and stuff. It's like that takes years and years of practice and learning and stuff too. And that's why I was telling people, I'm like, aside from all the things that we learned, pay attention to how much the market's up or down to start the day. Pay attention. You should always have something going where you can see how much the Dow, the NASDAQ, and the S&P are up or down. And then you'll see everybody's like, oh my God, the big seven's pulling. Oh my God, this big seven's going through the roof. You know why? Take a look at the indices.
Yeah.
I mean, everything, it's just following, right?
Shout out to G in the mornings. He actually went over he did like a little bit of a master class on the markets page of Webull, and showing us where the indices were and the heat map. And, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
So as the day moves on,
you inspired that actually. Because remember, I asked you when you said something about the Dow being up 170. I'm like, how do you go find that information? So the next morning, he does this master class on that markets page. I meant to tell you.
Okay.
That. Yeah.
Yeah. I usually just pull it up on a separate screen, and if nothing else, I'll stream, one of the business channels, because they constantly got it scrolling on the bottom of the screen. So I'll just put that up in the corner so I can kind of watch that stuff. And if one of them starts moving, and the stock is moving with it, sometimes that helps you to stay in for a little longer and stuff too. Anyway, I don't know, but on today's topic, I start off every day, even though I've just sat there day after day after day after day going through stuff, I still zoom out. I still go back at least 5 days, look at the 30 and look at the 90 and see how the last day is kind of fit into that picture and kind of what the trajectory of it is. And it's not that anything, full disclosure, standard disclosure, not financial tax investment advice. Things aren't always going to continue to go the direction that they're going, blah, 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 for the sake of the video. But it helps if you understand where things are at. And we gave that breakdown of the Humana Healthcare today, where it was at, why it was at, the types of recoveries, how it bounces and stuff. I assure you that the person that asked that question, after we went back and looked all the way back to a 5-year picture and how that stock steps, evolves, reacts on support and resistance, flushes, liquidity sweeps, and everything else, it's a whole different world how you view that. When you get into what's going on for 1, 2, or 3 days and stuff, and understanding, like the algorithmic grinding versus, repositioning and normal trading and stuff. Because we all can tell what computers do, right? You get this nice little line of candlesticks. They're all the same height and they all go in like at a 45-degree angle, That's computer generated bullshit.
Right.
But, if you can just jump on that ride, those are nice when you can get them. The market isn't always that tidy though. But
it's like, oh my God.
Yeah.
Do you want me to pull up any stocks and zoom out, or?
No, you can kind of.
Or you can share your screen. I don't know if you know that.
I'm on an iPad right now.
Okay.
So.
Yeah.
But we pretty much spent quite a bit of time looking at macros.
Yeah, that was awesome earlier today. And you know who does that a lot? DJ Vinny. DJ Vinny, shout out to you. I know you're down there in the chat. DJ Vinny is huge on always zooming out. He always likes to look at the 5-day on stuff and, just pull things out and look at the history of it and basically map out where he does that very well with IWM, and he likes to map out where stuff's going. He does it with a lot of the smaller stocks. Like, I remember he was doing Tilray and stuff like that, and he'd zoom out. He's like, go back like a year. You know what I mean? Vinny's huge on that. So
it makes
shout
such a
out
difference.
to you. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, we were looking at Humana. If you look at a 5-day picture on Humana, it's taken a swan dive, and it doesn't look like it doesn't look like there's news.
Wait
or
a minute.
anything.
Let me ask you while you're here. Do you know how to do that on TradingView? Get the 5-day in there. Are you on TradingView?
I use Webull for the breakdowns a lot, and other than that, I leave TradingView up. So
because I tried to do it, and it only gives me 1 day. Am I missing something?
Can you select another time frame, or like if you go into in the indicator settings? I've not tried it on that. I'm used to just kind of clicking around.
I can do. Okay, so it allows me to do. Hold on a second here. All right, it allows me to come up here and do. I stay on the 1 minute because we always do that in the pre-market. But then if you go down, it'll do like 15 minutes, 45 minutes. Then it'll do like an hour, 2 hours, 3 hours, 4 hours. Then it goes to days. It says days.
Okay, so you got your 1 day, 1 week, 1 month. Those should all be ticked off.
1 hour.
The days. Go down. Open up the days again. A little bit below that, you see the little down arrow next to below right there. Whoop, right there. It says days. Open up that menu on the right. Just click the little arrow. Slide further to the right. Right there. Okay, now you. Where the hell is it? You have to open up the little days menu a little bit below that, right there. There you go. So now select the 1 day, 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months. No, not there's little stars off to the right.
Okay.
Go up by where it says 1 day.
Yeah, 1 day. Right.
Now click the star. Now it'll show up, and then do 1 week, 1 month, 3 months, 6 months, 12 months.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't think it has a 5-year function, but on Webull it has a 5-year function. And so when a stock is like doing what Humana is doing, you have to go back in time as far as it takes to see where that last point ended, and see if you're kind of on. Let's see, no lower left.
When you do 1 week, that does like from where you're at a week, not like 5 days or nothing, right?
Yeah, it does 5 days because there's no trading days on the weekends, so you
Right.
automatically get a 5 day.
Okay.
So 1 week, 1 calendar week is 7 calendar days or 5 trading days. So that is your 5 day.
Okay, that's what I was wondering.
So yeah, now that you got those ticked off, if you pull up Humana, HUM, and then click on, let's see, is that on the 1 day? I can't see the screen.
That's the 1 week.
Oh, okay. So then go out to the 1 month.
Okay.
Now you got to kind of scrunch the stuff together on the right so you can kind of see.
Like that?
What the hell?
Yeah.
That's something different. I don't know why. I guess it doesn't react the same. That looks like a much bigger time frame. Those are years. Those must be candlesticks that you're at in the time in the indicator settings. That looks like those look like 1 year candlesticks.
Really?
Yeah, because you're in the candlesticks. What you want is the days. You see down at the bottom. Actually, you have it down at the bottom of your chart.
Where?
Bottom left.
Down here?
Yeah, you see the 1 day, 5 day, 1 month, 3 month. Yeah, right there.
Oh.
So click the 6 month. A little to the left, right there. And then kind of expand out the numbers on the right.
Let's see.
Yeah, a little more, and then drag the whole thing down. Just expand them out. Okay, that's good. Now slide the whole thing up a little bit. So if you go back 6 months, you can see where they had the earnings miss.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can see how it's trying to complete the chart and come back to it. I mean, because so you had the big flush to the downside.
Mm-hmm.
And then the stock kind of worked its way back up to where it fell off the shelf, over the course of some time. And
Wow.
you can see over in the basically in the last couple of weeks is just swan diving again, right? All the way to the right. Yeah. So somebody brought it up. It's like, why is this thing tanking? And I'm like, well, I don't know. Unless it's news with the company, it looks like it's just trying to complete the chart. So we went over support resistance.
Hit this double bottom here?
Yeah, except for the because it overreacted in pre-market to the downside. Then once it got into that one trading day where the big drop on the left was, then once the trading day opened, it's actually pretty darn close. Where it's at right now is pretty darn close to where it opened, because it overreacted in the right there.
Yeah.
It overreacted in the pre-market, and then once it got into the normal trading day in the few days following, they started buying it back up. So we spent quite a bit of time on that one today. So, but if you don't go back in time, you can't kind of see where a really super important level of support is.
Right.
So it's kind of it's back where it initially fell off the.
That is this.
What's that?
All you're probably looking at is like this or something that's up closer to it, right? If you don't zoom out.
Yeah. Now go down to the 5 day in the lower left hand corner again. And stretch the numbers out on the right again. And it looks like the thing is just barrel rolling into the crapper for no apparent reason.
Wow.
Yeah, and slide your screen up a little bit. Slide your screen up further. No, leave the numbers where they are. You can see that it's actually coming back to revisit critical support level from 3-4 months ago.
Wow.
Isn't that wild?
That is.
So now the important thing is, is it going to find support here and bounce, or is it going to break down even further? So we're going to know. We'll know over the next couple days if all of a sudden institutions step in and start buying the shit out of it. It'll bounce. And this stock has a history of aggressive downsides, blowing past supports, and then launching afterwards. So this is good stock spectator stuff. I wouldn't necessarily trade it.
You play this a lot?
No, I never trade it. As a matter of fact, it's just somebody brought it up because they have traded it in the past and they wanted some analysis on it. So we brought it up, and then to today's topic, we had to zoom out and find the last point of relevance for this level.
Wow.
And then we started breaking down the chart in between those time periods, and then we went out to a 5-year, and then so like if you go down and click on your 5-year.
Mm-hmm.
Dun, 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 right there, and then kind of scrunch the picture back down a little bit. Yeah. Sorry, I know it doesn't there's no autofocus in trading view, right? Okay, now just slide the whole thing down. Yeah, now push it back up a little bit.
Yeah, let me.
Yeah, just scrunch it back down. Okay, stop. That's your 5-year.
Yep.
Man, it seems like it doesn't seem okay. So in the far right, don't move your screen at all. Do you see how on the far right corner where we were just looking at that little 4-month trend right there? It looks like a little bit of a bunny hop and comes back down to the line.
Yeah.
And you look all the way to your left, and you can see that 5 years ago it was relevant.
Yep.
So that's the macro picture. This thing has found a critical support level that after 5 years of trading, it has come back and revisited. And it's basically a huge cup and handle, right? An upside down cup and handle. So it's kind of interesting. So what it's going to do at this point, because now you have 5 years worth of data that is now accumulating in one spot, it's going to be pretty exciting to find out. Let's see. Ralph puts yes to autofocus, right click, and reset chart. So anyway, don't move the chart, but it's kind of interesting that it's back at a super important level on a 5-year level.
That is crazy.
Yep. So now instead of just looking like you got a 3 or 4 day swan dive, it's completing the chart, and by completing the chart, it's finding like a home position to the downside or a home position to the upside, or finding its way back to the middle, at some sort of equilibrium or reversion. So there's only 3 points on a chart. It's the high, the low, and the middle on any chart, right?
Wow.
So this is coming back to the low, and it looks like a huge upside down cup and handle. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what Wall Street does with this. Are they going to keep, if nothing's really changed with the value of the company, is it trading at a proper earnings per share? Are they going to see it as a good buy, and this thing can turn around and have a bounce, or has something changed with the company where it's going to continue in that declining channel? Because you can now on the 5-year, you can see that it's in a multi-year declining channel, right?
Mm-hmm. Absolutely.
So yeah, I mean, you can see that like in the middle of that declining channel, you see how it kind of went down to the bottom of the channel and just kind of kept sliding down.
Yeah, down here.
Yeah, in your 2-part channel, the red-green channel. So anyway, yeah, super interesting. So zooming out as far as you need to go, even out to 5 years, to see the relevance on most. Now, granted, the most recent information is the most relevant. But all you had to do is go out to 3 months and 6 months, and then zoom out really far to kind of see where the company's gone over the course, because this person was talking about a long-term investment and whether or not to buy here. So then the wisdom is, let's see if this is support, if it holds, or if it's gonna take a rung down, because it's been in probably a 2.5-year declining channel.
Wow, that is so interesting. That is so interesting. I mean, that just brings a whole nother level to trading. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You don't have to really be a value trader to appreciate this. Even day traders can use this information, to help them throughout the day. It's awesome.
And you can see, like, if you go back and just look, and like don't like necessarily hone in on anything, but you can see anytime that stock has reversed and popped back to the upside, almost every time it takes a little bit of a dip and then runs to the upside. It comes back and retests the horizontal support, like the double bottom. It flushes out for a little bit, and then it starts going up. Like this stock likes shenanigans.
Yeah, because this right here is it looks like it's at a double bottom right now.
Yep, and that went 5 years ago when it made that low, it actually broke it and then launched back to the upside. So look, if you look well, I'm just saying the one that came down and touched the bar, the support level 5 years ago, that big wick to the downside, right there. Look at where it came down at the bottom. Don't move it. Right at the bottom, you can see how
just enlarging it.
You don't have to, but you can see how it flushed down below that support and then took off running to the upside.
Yeah.
Almost every time it comes down to a double bottom support, it flushes and then runs to the upside.
Wow.
Almost every time. Some and now 5 years ago that wasn't the case, but if you scroll to the right more, you're going to see how it always takes the other way. Your other right.
So that means that possibly
it could flush and then run.
Yeah. Wow. Well, I mean, flush more, you mean?
Yeah.
Because it's at the bottom, right?
I know, but look at the previous double bottoms. The previous double bottoms have been breaking.
Yeah, they went through, right?
Yep. And on the downside, you got that big section in the middle where it just went down and slid.
Yeah.
Now you're going back too far. Now you're going back like 10 years.
Where?
You see kind of right in the middle of the two-part channel where it kind of went down and then slid along in the red zone. Up to the right. Just a little bit to the right. A little to the right and down, right. Right a little to the left.
Right here.
Right in there where it kind of went down and just slid there.
Yeah.
So I guarantee you people bought as it was coming down to the lower part of that channel. And then it just kept sliding. So this thing has tapped the bottom of this channel now a few times, and this is now, mind you, this is over like a couple of years worth of time.
Right.
So when it gets in this way, it's better to wait until this thing eventually does have a double bottom that holds and actually starts ranging properly. Let it find its bottom, its real bottom, and let it establish some sort of a channel and some sort of hope that it's moving to the upside.
Sideways.
Yeah, because it could just be continuing in the downward channel, right?
Yep.
So is this so looking at this chart, would you be buying here for a long-term hold?
I personally, no.
Yeah, because it doesn't look like, it has the potential of a double bottom, but until that double bottom is in and holds, we don't know. And it's in a 2 to 2.5 year decline. So let it find a bottom, wait till a double bottom actually holds and starts ranging a little bit. I'd rather miss the bottom and catch a stock when it reverses. But the other thing is, look at the 921. For 2 years, this thing has opened up to the downside. It only pinched off once. It only pinched off once in the middle. So if you can trade it for a day, you can trade it for a week, you can trade it for a month, and you can trade it for years, as long as you're aware of the same things. So if that 921 is still opened up to the downside, nope.
So this is shortable, or get some puts on it.
Potentially, but this is now you're looking at this is a pretty broad
bottom.
Yeah, this is a pretty big time frame. So I think Matt actually went into this earlier today and shorted it for X amount of dollars. But now just go back to the 5 day and then the 1 day. So once you zoom out, then you kind of go back in all the way bottom left corner. So go to the 5 day and then scrunch the screen back out again. Stretch it out. There is an autofocus apparently, but I have not figured that out yet. So, okay. So on the 5 day,
Jesus.
if you caught on to this a few days ago, a $270 to $230 drop, if you were shorting this every day, or if you were getting into puts every day with pretty much no sign of a bounce to the upside, This was hugely shortable. Hugely, you can buy puts on this.
This is
right?
crazy. Yeah.
Yep. So
And it's staying under the 9, it looks like.
yeah, the interesting thing is now since you've done your theme of the day, which is zoom out, you know that it's at a critical support level. So if after 3 days to the downside, you're like, hey, this thing's tanking, I should just jump into puts, and you didn't realize it's on a key support level, and you wake up in the morning and this thing rips against you for $15,
right?
That's the value of zooming out.
Mic drop.
Mic drop. Boom. So basically, wait and see what it does, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Maria, you hear this? Oh, she left. I thought Maria was in here. I let her in.
Okay.
Wow. Wow, Palm. What a master class once again. Dude, that is huge. And I hardly ever go that far out. I did that on a couple of stocks and it was beneficial. But I hardly ever do that. It's like that's something that everybody needs in their arsenal right there.
So before you start going for the day, and you're looking at your 1 day, look at the 5 day, look at the 30 day. And if you do this every day, it's going to start to trench in your mind a little bit. You'll get that picture stuck in your head of where that chart is at for the day. So yeah, look at the 1 day, look at the 5 day, look at the 30 day, look at the 90 day, and do it every single day for the ones that you're trading. And that'll help orient your mind to, is this thing coming back and tapping on a critical support level, or has this thing been floating in the clouds too much? And it's ready to drop. Yeah. So if you look at the SPY chart, that thing's been floating around up in the clouds for quite a bit, and it's coming down that 603, 602.30 to 602.50 ish. I think one other member said it's had really good ranginess at the top, and when a stock is functioning at the top of the chart, that ranginess and the easier trades come until one day that breaks to the downside. And one of these days you'll go in and you'll buy that, hey, every time it bounces off of this, and then whoosh to the downside, right? Yeah. Somebody was talking about Soxel, one of our members was, and I'm like, it's at the top of a chart, and it has been now for like a week and a half. I'm like, you get this volatility at the top of the chart, and he's like, oh man, this is a great price. I've been buying it here and making, and I'm like, as soon as I hear somebody say price, I'm like, take a deep breath. Is it at a good price, or is that a good entry on the chart? And where is it? How long has it been there and stuff? And then sure enough, that person bought in, I don't know, $20, $28, $27, $29 or something like that. And it broke rung. It stepped down all the way to like $22, $23. So it's like either they had to take a short-term loss or wait for it to find support, DCA it, wait for it to come back up, break even, and then continue trading. And that's why we use stop losses, because I'd rather take that little bit of a stop, because we don't know where that ranginess is going to break. Yeah. And we've got several stocks that are kind of up in the clouds right now. But SPY, I don't know why it is, but SPY seems to be like the nose of the dog. You got, like the stock market's like a border collie. It's got all this fur and ears and everything else flapping all over. And the NASDAQ is that happy fun tail, right? Everybody loves the tail on the puppy, you know. And then, but yeah, the S&P seems to be the nose. That's the one that seems to be in control. That's the one always kind of like sniffing out the direction. And then the whole rest of the animals, the NASDAQ and the Dow and the Russell, that seems to, kind of go crazy behind it. But the S&P is like that really focused front end of the market. And it seems like you can't escape gravity. That dog's going where the nose is going. If he smells food, he's going, right? And then the rest of it's just going to go in one big happy fluffy motion after it. And the S&P is kind of that for the stock market.
Nice. Wow. Maria, you coming back up here? Did you have a question for me or Palm or? I think that's who came up. If you guys want to come up, Miranda reposted the link. Thanks, Miranda. I appreciate you. Big in knowledge. Hi, sweetie. Big Digit Dave. All right.
So
All
have you
right,
seen
Paul.
Have you seen any good Have you seen any good movies lately?
You know what? And I meant to add this to my collection today. I've been dipping back into some older stuff. Like, did you ever see Legends of the Fall
No.
with Aidan Quinn and Anthony Hopkins and Brad Pitt, Julia Roman?
I might have to go watch it now because I like movies every once in a while.
Yeah, it's like kind of like this. It kind of reminds me of like a Yellowstone type of thing. It's just this ranch type of movie, but it's really, really good. And I just dug back in the archives and watched that. Another one of my favorites that I wanted to watch this weekend coming up, A River Runs Through It. I think we might have been talking about that, but the movie Redford directed. I'm a Brad Pitt fan, so
Okay.
yeah. So I was looking at that. Other than that, that's it.
I hadn't had a Netflix subscription for a while, so I figured I'd go back and try to catch up on some movies. And I get in there, and it seems like they're making all these movies just for Netflix now. Like all these A-list actors.
I know.
They're just grinding out a ton of stuff with A-list actors, and it's not necessarily high budget stuff, but some of it's like a little dry,
Yeah.
Is like, okay, well, we got famous pretty people telling a story, and then there's really not a whole lot going on.
Like, and they're doing TV shows and all that kind of stuff. I mean, I remember something we looked at. Shout out to Netflix. What was that? Jen and I watched some of these reality love shows sometimes. Love is Blind. And they were talking about, shout out to Netflix because, I mean, Netflix is just producing a whole lot of stuff, They're giving them work.
Some of the movies actually were pretty good. But, it's kind of funny. It's like
Nate's a huge Netflix fan. He's always talking about something good on Netflix.
Yeah, I just heard more people talking about it again recently. And then after I went on and actually grabbed it so I could watch the Tyson fight. That was a big nothing burger. So I was like, I kind of getting back into it a little bit, but yeah, it used to be if you had cable, the cable had like movies on demand and stuff, and then about Netflix has really, really upped their game quite a bit.
Yeah, they have. I used to like to trade Netflix too, but it just started to get really weird
and expensive.
I'm like, no more Netflix for me, not right now, anyway. But I tell you what, though, I am really interested in this whole futures thing. The futures, especially after Mark, Mark's a good salesperson for it because he took a $700 account up over $3,000 just in a couple of weeks, just doing small base hits like you always talk about. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's the trick. It's like, okay, well, I'm massaging some stuff over the course of time and whatever, but man, if you can just get in every day and get base hits, oh my God. That's the account changing stuff.
Yeah.
It's like
orchestrating and being able to use the same money.
Yeah, it's pretty cool. So it's like, okay, well, you don't have theta, you don't have gamma to worry about. It hangs around there, but then your losses are unlimited though too, right?
Yeah.
So you got to be you got to be super disciplined about a stop. You can't let something go rangy.
Yes.
So different set of challenges, and then the cost more too. $3.50 per in and out. That's like $7 for a round trip or something. So you can't go scalpy for $1 or something,
Oh my God. Did you hear Christine last week? She was saying she went scalpy and ended up paying most of her stuff back in fees. She didn't make any money. I was like, damn.
Yeah. So there's upsides and there's downsides. So
there's little nuances that kind of scare me away from it, but at some point I'd like to get into it and try it, I'm excited about crypto.
So just like anything else, I guess, you got to be disciplined and all that, but it's pretty cool.
Yep.
Very cool.
Well, thanks for coming on and hanging out.
Yeah. Thanks for having me as usual. And looks like we got a pretty good group in here again tonight. Thanks
you guys.
Thanks everybody for checking in. Sometime over the next couple weeks, throw Dawn a little something in her Christmas stocking.
Over the next couple of weeks, Christmas is next week.
Oh my God, time has slipped away. Okay, over the next week, put something in Dawn's Christmas stocking.
Oh, thank you, Paul. I
i.e.
appreciate that.
her Cash App. Yeah, everybody can buy her a Christmas beer or a soda or a coffee or a snack.
Oh, you're
So-
awesome. I appreciate you, man. And hey, listen, don't forget to bless Palm. We get so much from him every day. So, and I hear people blessing you all the time. That's so amazing. You deserve it, though. I mean, your karma is off the chain. You're such a wonderful person, and just, you're like a maestro with this stuff. So I love listening to you. So thank you.
I'm just glad somebody puts up with listening.
You can't
All
not
right.
listen. Have a fantastic night, man. I appreciate you.
You too. Take care, everyone. Thanks. Good night and God bless.
Good night. Everybody have a fantastic night. Don't forget, tomorrow, pre-market, 4 a.m. Be there or be square. Appreciate you guys coming. I'm going to go ahead and find Coach's rules and get us out of here. You guys are absolutely amazing. Yep, future Ralph. Ralph, thanks for tell Dawn what? Tell Dawn. Oh, hit the right. Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll mess around with that. I'll mess around with it. Thank you, Jeffrey. Thank you, Woodsy, Miranda, Vegan Knowledge, David, Digit Dave, Donna H. Thank you guys so much for coming in here. Diesel Dan, thank you, my brother, for hanging out. F2 DJ Vinny. We got a full house tonight. Mickey D, Sweet Tea. What is up, brother? Carlos. What up, Carlos? Thank you guys so much. Joe Ping, thank you for coming and hanging out. Jay Netflix. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate you for coming in. And then I said Broken Equilibrium and Steve and all those guys. Everybody have a fantastic night. I will see you here. Same bad time, same bad channel. Mañana. Peace and blessings. I am out.
Nobody go rogue. Some of the rules that we have to and live and die by in here is do not lose more than 1 to 3% of your total account value in any given day. Make sure you have stop losses on each and every trade, regardless of shares and or options. Make sure you guys are practicing small base hits. Don't go for home runs. Allow the runners to run and stop out the losers. If you're a new trader, make sure you are paper trading using a simulated trading system such as Webull or some of the other ones that are out there. Also, if you're a newer trader, please don't trade in the first 30 minutes or the last hour of the day. Those are the most dangerous times. If you are an expert trader, please make sure you also are being careful the first 3 minutes and the last 8 to 9 minutes of the day. Those are the absolute most volatile times in the entire market.